Hello everyone, this is Charles of Victoria Frontier. If you're wondering what the laziest way to play for the Sprint CM is, this is the video for you. So we are now on a Sakura Bakushin O run, and this is just the parents, and this is the sparks. We are running just Power Spark. We're borrowing Super Creek, Give Mommy a Hug. We need the skill for as our main acceleration on the Sprint CM. And these are just some Sprint Sparks, Turf Sparks, whatever Sparks. And our other parent is our own El Conopasa right here. So our own El Conopasa and our Super Creek. For the deck itself, it really doesn't matter if you're running like higher spec wit cards or not. The most important card here is actually Nishino Flower. Nishino Flower Power has, over here we have in the second event, straightaway acceleration. So our target acceleration, the 4 skills that we're targeting right now, is straightaway acceleration, and then from Sakura Bakushin O's kit is going to be Turbo Sprint, which is her pot 3, and the final 2 acceleration is just in our 2 parents, Give Mommy a Hug, and also Victoria Pro Prancha. This is our 4 acceleration. That's all we need for the Sprint CM, no more, no less. And you'll be able to get a pretty consistent result with these 4 excels. The rest of your kit, the rest of your support cards can really be any combination of 2 speed and 3 wood deck. The sparks should be as many power sparks as you can, but really doesn't matter. Right now I'm just running like, say, I think I'm running like 11 power sparks or something. So the idea is just to max speed and go for as much power and weight as possible. For the Sprint CM, the more important stat line is actually hitting power. Hitting like 1100 speed, 1100 power is more beneficial than say hitting 1200 speed and then 800 power. 800 power is really just not enough. You need like 900 or even 1000. You need more than 1000, sorry. It's very, very reliant on having a power stat. So yeah, try to push speed and power as much as you can, but do keep in mind to not overclick on power. Your primary source of power stat should still be from Power Sparks or Unity Sparks. And here, this deck pretty much just runs itself. Like, the wit cards can be anything like Daiwa Scarlet Wit, Fukitaru Wit, Major Ardan even, and our borrow slot, the second speed card. Since we're on Sakura Bakushin O, we already have Turbo Sprint, so we are borrowing Mono Top Gun for the Gamble event for possibility of head on. And if you don't have, or if you aren't playing Sakura Bakushin O, everybody has Sakura Bakushin O. If you aren't playing Sakura Bakushin O, you can go Sakura Bakushin O support card. So this way you're main decking all 4 of your acceleration skills, which is again Sprint Turbo, like Sprint Turbo, and then it's from Nishino Flower, the straightaway acceleration from bottom event, and then just these 2 excels. Here we can gamble for head on for a little bit of extra acceleration. Yes. On top of the 4 accelerations that I just mentioned, you can also gamble for head-on and like just more acceleration skills in general. But I would say as a starting line, the 4 accelerations that I mentioned is a good starting point. Here we're just going to proceed with our run. And actually we already lost the Mono Top Gun event and probably should head to the glue factory here. We'll see if the game wants us to go on. We'll see. If we aren't getting enough up arrows here, we glue early and then we go and do another run. Head on is quite a decent skill for gambling. The entire idea for Sprint CM is just to hit the excels good enough, like most consistently. So beefing up your mid game is very important still. And again, we go here, we Sakura Bakushin O, we just clued the run because that run was not it. We go for, this is Power, Turf, Spirit Sparks, yada yada, and Pitch Chaser Sparks as well, right? Here, again, we can borrow, honestly, whatever. If we're not like believing in mana token speed, we can just go for another support card, right? We can go for, say, like Beak of Pegasus even. But the reason I'm not using Beak of Pegasus here is that I think Plan X, the consistency of Plan X is just way too low. Then I'm just going to go for this. Without Fine Motion, your deck, yeah, I might as well just explain it quickly. Your deck can look like this, your deck can look like this, or even this. This is left-handed Pitch Chaser corner card. This is like a just Pitch Chaser static, right? For free to play, you can definitely go much lower. The wit cards, you have a bunch of options. Wit stat, if you end on like 900-ish, it's okay. The most important stat is by far like speed and power. And not even speed, sorry. It's just power. Power stat is so strong. So with speed at around 1100, 1000, well, hopefully you can 1200 it. 1100-ish is like also fine, and you can very easily hit the stat lines on any deck. On any deck that is a speed wit, that is. We're going for Marvelous Hint here. Is Plan X worse than Head On? Somebody in chat asked. I believe so. Plan X does have a really weak effectiveness rate, and I just don't like it. Head On always works. Like, it gives a little bit of effect. It always gives value compared to Plan X, which is like a 300 skill point throwing into the water. You're just throwing it into the sea for no reason. I don't like Plan X. Power here without barrows. You don't have Nishino Power? Can you use Rico for straight away Excel? The Nishino Power SR should be in people's accounts, but yeah, you can use Rico on, what's that called? On characters that have, say, more difficult scenarios or more difficult career runs, where you have to run like 2400 or something. But please don't bring too many stamina sparks. Like, overstam is definitely an issue. You can pretty much do nothing and hit the stamina requirement. You can do nothing and hit stamina requirement. Airgroove Guts also have straight Excel. Yeah, the more blue sparks you have, if you're a person that, even in a sprint spark scenario, you can pull out 18 power sparks. Yeah, sure, feel free to bring Guts cards. But dude, I don't think so. I don't think it's like that consistent. If you're a person that can do that, feel free to. If you don't have 18 sparks specifically designed to run Guts card, then don't. Just don't. It's not worth it. Guts. Wait. Teo Speed. What about Teo Speed? Teo Speed also works actually. Teo Speed is quite good. Between Biko Pegasus, Sakura Bakushin O, and what was that? Tokateo. I think I'm going to go with Sakura Bakushin O first, and then second is Tokateo. Kita-san is ideally in your main deck. Well, yeah, of course, because Kita-san Black gives you power bonus, and also a bunch of mid-game seals. Straight away, Adept this time could be useful. Like, Kita-san just effectively consumes or like burns through your skill points because she's like, she gives a bunch of mid-game skill, right? So she's quite nice to have in the main deck. Sure, this is a gambling CM. Whoever hits the gamble Excel is going to win, but having a base level of enough middle game skill is still very important. Which is why we want Kita-san. For Find Mo is another source of gambling straight away excel, honestly. Like, if you're really into it, you can just go for Find Mo, honestly. You can slime Nishino and go 3 speed, 3 speed 3 wit, or 2 speed 4 wit, depending on the character, and then just gamble off of Find Mo. You can actually do that. I'm serious. Hey, there we go. We got head on. But yeah. Just find whatever suits you, whatever floats your boat, you know? As long as you hit the stat lines, like 1100 speed, 1100 power, and then like 900 wit. If you can hit these 3 stat lines, then whatever else you can do. Like, I don't really care. Two speed 4 wit Ogre cooks. I did run 2 speed 4 wit Ogre back in Tiny server. That was actually my build. I was running 2 speed 4 wit Ogre with Fukukitaru speed. With MLB Fukukitaru speed. You're running all power sparks right now? Yeah, for some players, they might be able to pull up with all power sparks, which is very much a luxury for sprints. Yeah. I'd say that the majority of the players, if you're like looking for an easy way out on a sprint CM, just run like simple, easy to build sprint characters like Bakushin, Curran-chan. What else are there? Like sprint, easy to build sprint Umas, Air Groove, Wedding Air Groove actually. On Pitch Chaser, like just slam these characters and call it a day. And borrow some Excel, borrow Mommy Creek, which is the harder to get one, and then the easier to get one is going to be El Conopasa on your own side with whatever burger sparks. It really doesn't matter. Just mainly go for power, obviously. Go for more power. Akebono, yeah, Akebono works, but nobody pulled for Akebono. If you have El Conopasa parents, it's good enough. Like, don't even bother farming for sparks. You have, as long as you can hit high power stat line, the rest of the skills is very easy to main deck. It's so easy to main deck on this track, yeah. Don't worry about the skills too much. You have it in your kit. As long as you know what to buy, you can main deck the support cards, main deck the skills, and just do runs and hit it. It's really not that difficult. Oof, I do want to take that, but it's okay. One thing to note during the career for Sprint CM is that ideally you really want to do extra races. On any character, really, any character, you want to do some extra races, whether it's a G1, G2, or G3. G2 and G3 has the same amount of skill point gain, or skill point return. On dead rounds, where you only have like a single wit training, Marvel Sunday wit plus 21 wit or something, you need to go to race. You need to develop the habit of going to race more for more skill points, because sprint is a skill game. This is not a track where you outstat your opponents. Sure, there are some characters where there's going to be difficulty to hit stats. For example, Mino Top Gun, which is a very strong character with a unique skill, but the general idea is everybody is going to hit the stat lines. It's super easy to do so. And the difference between character or players is the skills itself. For example, a round like this where my bomb, Kira-san, is a stamina card now, she just decides to be a stamina card, we go to race. There's not much to talk about. We just go to race for the extra like 50 something skill points. Having Nishino power here also really helps with our skill point gain, because as you may know, she gives 15% race bonus. Recently, the 2 UGs, or maybe the 3 UGs that the server has produced by Rappy and Neb, they have all ran Nishino Power card. And that is mainly because of her 15% race bonus. It is very, very strong and should not be underestimated. Intimidate, insane. One more thing, here's a little tip for you guys. Intimidate as a skill itself is very strong. Intimidate, which is the sprint debuff skill. This is like some random ass, what's that called? Advice from Charles, right? Sprint, intimidate skill. This is a very, very strong skill in sprint and should be respected. Not enough people are talking about this skill, and this skill is actually so good. Think of this as not a debuff skill, but a team-wide 0.2 speed skill. Intimidate is such a strong skill. The gold version of Intimidate, though, is only 0.25, but the white version is 0.2. So if you really think about it, Intimidate is super high value because the gold skill, like, it's super high value over the gold skill. And you should definitely be buying like 80% of a gold skill. %30 on a double weight training, which is going to rest, that's okay. So do you buy gold Intimidate on current chat? You do not buy gold Intimidate on current chat. You just buy the white one. Yes, you just buy the white one. It's a waste of skill points to buy a debuff skill that has another 20% effect for double the skill points. It's just cost return. Could you rest properly, please? Thank you. Oh my lord. Okay. Oh, this is one hell of action run. Incineroar meta everywhere. GG. Anyways, yeah, that's the idea for Sprint CM. The rest is just hitting the stat lines and getting the skills together. This should be a very high success rate with this deck. Well, sliming the wit cards, you really can just run something else. This is not fine motion or nice nature. You don't need it. It's just 1100 speed, 1100 power, and then 900 wit. It really, you don't need these two cards. It's so easy to hit. This is a round where I would rather go race. It's okay. Can you run current wit in your main deck? Yeah, sure. I would still value the acquisition of, what's it called? Head-on or Sprint Turbo? Is it, what's the skill's name called? Turbo Sprint, yeah, Sprint Turbo, whatever. In JP it's called Sprint Turbo, wow. Sprint Turbo, and then, what's it called? Rushing Gale. Rushing Gale plus straightaway, sorry, Rushing Gale plus Sprint Turbo, these two gold skills are a little bit overkill. You just buy one gold, one white. That's my idea on it, at least. I like the idea of buying one gold, one white. If you really want to, you can go both, but I don't like the return on it. You can either go Rushing Gale plus Sprinting Gear, the white skill, or Sprint Turbo plus Straightaway Excel. And I find Straightaway Excel difficult to get, and Sprint Turbo easier to get. Meticulous measures, the return is just not good enough. Yeah. Sprint Turbo, Turbo Sprint, same thing as Duty of Dignity calls and Call of Duty. Bro. What about Countermeasure? Countermeasure... Meticulous and Countermeasure, both of these skills are... If you have extra skill points, is like your last buy. You could go for it. I'm not going to recommend you guys main deck and chase for these skills though. It's viable, but not necessarily God. Just get mid game. Yeah, just get more mid game. Just get more excel, even. Just get more excel overall, and just buy everything. You know? Sorry. Just get more skill points and buy everything. Make sure to buy. Oh my god. Speaking of non-stop girl, no stopping me is a bad skill. Okay, don't buy no stopping me. Sprint CM, no stopping me, bad. It will proc once every 80 races, and it's just not good. It's just not good. NSM will never hit. It's barely hit. Nimble Navigator, even Nimble Navigator, no. I don't like the idea of Nimble Navigator unless it's hinted by Fine Motion or some other hint source, and you have like a high hint on it, or else I'm just not buying it. A tiny tip here on Summer for Aoharu. If you see these that type of up arrow stacks, so just now there was like a bunch of up arrows right here, right? For example, these ones. It's actually okay to click those. Up arrow stacks in the first year, classic year, up arrow stacks are actually quite nice to have. Well, obviously we're not clicking this because we are already overstamped. Up arrow stacks are strong because they help you push your Unity Cup level in the background. So on the back end, it's going to give you a bunch of XP, and it's going to help you push to the next facility faster, which is why it's a good thing. So for example here, bombs, if I recall correctly, have a fixed value. So bombs in Unity Cup in the summer doesn't really matter. You don't have to save bombs for summer. You should bomb it as soon as possible, like before entering the next phase of Unity. Anyways, here we have, we're just gonna click speed here. Look for more races, bomb, we have a bunch of bombs saved. Look for more races. Alright, here, Nisha Flower, we click the bottom for Shoyo Acceleration, alright? Remember to get Shoyo Excel. Ah! No way. Okay, whatever. Is groundwork a must for pace? No, it's actually not. Groundwork, if there's a front in the lobby, is and no, groundwork really isn't that impactful, turns out. We had an internal discussion like back earlier. Like this is when we are just investigating stuff and testing out stuff. I also thought that groundwork is going to do more. Turns out groundwork obviously has like it does work. It does do something, but the effect is not as good as we expected. It kind of works with Suzu, but meh. Yeah, it's a very meh skill. You could get it. It's not a complete waste of skill points, but it really isn't that impactful as you want it to be. I don't think it's that crazy. For Frontrunner, obviously you need it. For Frontrunner, you want it. Concentration. What about concentration? Concentration, however, if you have a means to get it, aka there's no means to get it, yeah, sure, let's go. Concentration is super good on this track. Sprint, any form of consistency that you can possibly get is very valuable. Concentration is so strong. Like, in these trying times, in an environment where everything is so unstable, anything that is moderately stable should be highly valued. Here's something for you to learn today. But the other source is Suzuka Stam. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? So focus is good then? No, focus is a completely different thing from concentration. They are two completely different things. Focus is terrible. Focus and concentration just doesn't do the same thing. Do I like Bashin's speed for this CM? Yes, I do, definitely. I am not bombing enough. 6 bombs. We're just gonna go mid. Bakushin's speed feels comfy. Otherwise, this CM is quite straightforward, and you guys can fast forward to third CM easily. It's not really that complicated to get into A finals. Like, it's not heavy grinding to get into. It's not heavy grinding to get the stam sparks and whatnot, and get all the power, and get excel, hit, spurt, or whatever. Everything is main deckable. Use triple pace, it just works? Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. Oh. Cat asked, what about staggering lead? Just now, I didn't upgrade Sakura Bakushin O's, what's it called? Pot 5, because the pot 5 is dog shit. Like, you're not supposed to use that skill. That skill does not work, has like a way too stringent of a requirement. I think you have to be like a few links in front of the entire pack in the early game. Or honestly, it doesn't matter, that skill does not work. I forgot the exact requirements of it, but that skill is terrible. Just ignore it. It's never going to proc. This is a corner, straight. We have Intimidate. Front corners, yep, we have a bunch of seals. We are Gucci. You've seen a lot of people telling to one late Ogre for CM9. What's your take on it? During our testing, we have not found much success for late searchers at all. Ogre unique skill, although it's like a strong 0.45, right? The effect is not that significant. Speed carryover is definitely going to perform much better than a skill like Sakura a skill like Ogre Cap, where it procs on a home stretch, where like 3/4 of it is you accelerating. So basically TLDR, it's not that consistent, it's not working. The thing about sprint CM arguments is that everything, like people can support their arguments by just hitting one time and then screenshotting it to you in rematches. Like all they have to do to prove 1 point is to hit the accelerations one time in like maybe 10s or 100s room matches. All they have to do is hit their excel in one time. And that's super easy to prove an argument, but overall, across 80 races, the consistency of a late searcher Ogre is not as high, or is not higher or superior to pace chasers. Therefore, yeah, you can throw in a late searcher dice if you want, but I don't really see the value in it. I'm just clicking this. I'm clicking this. Early May, early May. I can go for the G1. Sure, let's go. This is a guide on the quote-unquote easiest way of jobbing the CM9 CM. This also happened to include a bunch of useful information, I guess, because as we are doing the run, I have a little bit more time than a usual normal CM guide to yap about info. So surprisingly, there's a lot of information packed in this little jobber guide, right? Anyways, we're going to proceed with our run. Hope you guys have enjoyed this run and the information that comes with it. You know, if you found it useful, you can click that subscribe button. We have 71 and 8. The thing about not bringing Riko Kashimoto is that the up arrows that you're now clicking, like, you just feel like you're clicking a bunch of up arrows, more so than before. Because now you have one more support card in your team and one less friend card. This also means that each up arrow click is worthless, lol. And overall, in terms of interacting with the scenario mechanic itself, it's actually less beneficial. But sprint doesn't really care about it. Sprint, you're just hitting his lines. Hold. What if you bring Riko though? That's also okay on characters that need more stamina. That's also okay. Honestly, yeah, it's okay. Just bring whatever is most comfortable for you. What's my opinion about Highlander? Highlander is a consistently late acceleration. It's alright. It's alright. You can grab it. I'm not gonna farm for it specifically. As a right shower player, if you're a right shower player and you want to bring her to sprint, you can buy it. That's like the good thing about right shower. Okay, we got our event. We got 1 event, 2 event. I'm not sure if we got fine motion event, but that's okay. Don't really care. Grabbing the excels has higher priority over grabbing fine motion or wit, methinks. If you're like a weaker account with a lot of sparks, with very heavy power sparks, you could go for Fine Motion Borrow plus Riko Kashimoto Riko Kashimoto SSR for Rushing Gale, Fine Motion for the Wit stat, Power Sparks for Power, not use Nisha Flower Power, and then go... Where are you getting... Yeah, just gamble random sprinting gear. You can also do that. This is like the easiest way. I'm barely hitting the speed stat line. Where is our speed support cards? I wonder. What about Umastan? Is it needed? My take on Umastan is just, it's another speed skill. The Umas are very likely going to clump up in the early game, and being able to push forward is quite nice, but it's not needed. It's not like needed. It just so happens to be in my sparks, and I might as well buy it. I did experiment with PDM front Urara plus wedding air groove. That was what I was actually cooking with the previous 2 runs. And me experimenting after experimenting it, my conclusion is even with Umastan plus 2 straightaway skills is not consistent enough. So, you know what? It's alright. I feel like we can probably play around a bit with the funny stuff, with the PDM Aurora. I'll continue to look at it, but so far I don't think there's that much results. Is Sprint B playable if you max speed? Look, anything is playable if you hit the excels. The Sprint CM is so simple. You just hit the excels. That's the entire CM. Oh god, like that is the entire CM. Hi CM guide, hit excels. Alright, look, what's my actions for the last 3 rounds? Ponder. Power, wit, speed. And then 1100 speed. It's okay. Alright, we take this. Riko Kashimoto. 你好. Riko-chan. Oh. The CM should be much more comfortable to play. Like, you can easily improve, I would say. Like, the stat lines is very fun to hit. It's turn brain off, click speed and wit. CM. There we go. Now we just need to click like one more speed click for 1100 speed and 1000 power. That's honestly fine. Don't have too many expectations on the CM. Stat line requirement is so not high. Just hit excels. Okay, go with. You can also do absolutely nothing and hit the stamina requirement. Okay, really, seriously, you just don't do anything and hit stam. It's already leaking. The second you step into the career run, you're already leaking. Alright, give me a speed training. There we go. Now that's more like it. Alrighty. Oh. So we just main decked every single skill and pretty much just hit. This wasn't really an eventful run. I just kind of gave a lot of information. That's it. It really isn't that there really isn't that much to say about this deck. You just hit the stat lines and bye. Just hit the stat lines. Maybe read a teeny bit more power. That's it. Ideally, it's 1200 power, 1200 speed. But on the character that has 0% speed bonus, 0% power bonus, sorry, it's really difficult if you don't have like super strong sparks. Okay, 2100 skill points, which is about how we want it. We can go for wet conditions. Wet conditions is quite good value. Straight away that, straight acceleration, which is what we were targeting. Ramp up is strong, head on is strong, ignite spirit speed is strong, Umamusume, pace corner straights, sprint intimidate, and then sprint corners. Oh, turbo sprint, sorry. Turbo sprint first. Let's buy our excels. Turbo sprint, and then we don't need nimble navigator. Okay, let's see. Let's buy this, sell this, and buy this. Go for. For our last two buys, we can go for something like I want to countermeasure for a little bit more gambling skill, but maybe Ignited Spirit speed is also fine. Honestly. Alright, we can go down for Ignited Spirit speed. That should be good. Alright, cool. That's going to be it. And with that, I can already proceed to CM9 and say that I have a 70% win rate. This is one of my aces. I just need to do this 2 more times on 2 different other Umas with about the same herons, and I already have 3 aces. It's really that simple. This CM is not that difficult to do. And stat lines is simple. Skills are quite straightforward. It's just head on, well, turbo sprint, excel, 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 everything else is mid-game. That's it, done. Alright, hope you guys learned something from this video. This is Charles of Victoria Frontier. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.